I'm Laurie Hein. Actually, I use the name Laurie Snow Hein. Snow's my maiden name because I was already painting way before I got married. I live in West Palm Beach, Florida, Washington Palm Beach Gardens. I was born in New Jersey. My parents owned a home the year after I was born, and we would come back and forth. We were the original snowbirds because our last name was Snow, and we went south every single winter. Who would think you could make a living painting? I was particularly good at portraits, and I'd started training for portraits when I was 12 years old. So that's one of the things that I really love doing. But I started really as an artist making a living when my husband lost his job. I have a girlfriend in Atlanta who's an incredible pastel artist, and she called me and said, I need help doing a portrait of my two girls. And I helped her finish the painting. I went down to the framer to get framed. And when it was getting framed, a publishing company walked in, saw the painting, and said, who did that? So we got my first job with a publisher who published my artwork. And then I started really working for my publisher. Whatever they wanted to paint, I painted for places like current greeting cards and home interiors decor, and if they said we want this, then I would paint that. And I got better and better because I had to do so much. You know, it's just that 10,000 hours plus of painting that makes you get better and better. But as I matured and did more artwork, and I got all these prints from the publisher. I didn't know what to do with them, so that's how I started the art fair. And I thought, well, how do I get rid of them? So I went down and visited Mardi Gras for the first time. I went down, I think it was one of the very first Mardi Gras. It was here in West Palm Beach, and walked around and found many artists willing to talk to me and asked them how they did it and what tent they bought. So that's been 30 years and I'm still doing art shows. As a teacher, it's different than me as a painter. And as a teacher, I have this enormous feeling that I want to give as much as I can information to my student. The favorite painting is probably the one I'm going to do next. You know, to be truthful, there's always a story behind every painting. If not a story, then a feeling or an emotion or some kind of special thing about that painting or that location that I want to remember and share with other people. I wasn't really thinking about painting a seagull, but I loved the way that the wind was blowing his feathers and how that would create a feeling of movement in my painting. I like painting big. The reason I like to paint big is because it feels like you're there again. I did some botanical paintings for a while, and they were some of my favorite paintings, just the capturing of the light on the plants and the colors of the plants. And what really made them favorite for me was the movement of the paint on the canvas was more of a flow. It wasn't labor to make a shape or a form exact, but the paint could flow one color into another, and that made it so much fun for me. My passion is really Florida. Florida, where I've explored every corner I can get into, and I will keep exploring till probably I die. I love kayaking, I love getting out of the rivers, I love biking, I have my RV and I travel. So I'm always looking for the little gems that I think are Florida that people may not get always to see at that time of the day or those locations, and help people remember how beautiful our state is.